Tim Hardaway inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2022. Tim, what's up, man?
Congratulations. Mazel tov. You can only expect that from me, Tim. You know that, right?
I know that, Rob.
I'm from New York. I'm from New York. Come on, mazel tov.
I understand. Mazel tov. Yes. I appreciate it. Thanks. That caught me off guard,
man?
though.
How you feel? Man. Like, I know it's been a long time. You've been waiting for this.
Process, yes.
You know, patience is a virtue. I've always been patient. My parents always taught me to be patient and go out there and do your work. Things will come to you, and you just got to wait for it. And it was just my time this time, and I'm grateful for it. I'm humble for it. And, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. It's about, being raised by a village in Chicago, the south side of Chicago, the east side of Chicago, all of Chicago. So it's bigger than me. And so this is for them. It's for me mostly, but it's for them also. I don't go in without them.
You know what? That's the way you have to go ahead, Chris.
You got well said, Tim. Let me ask you this, because Rob and I, before you got on, we were talking about Run TMC. And that, of course, was you, Mitch Richmond, and Chris Mullin. Those two are already in the Hall of Fame. Did they rib you a lot until you got in? Because you were the third one to get in.
No, you know what? They been advocated. They've been telling people and been really advocated and instrumental of me getting in. They wanted me in. And they've been right there since day one. They was like, it ain't really Run TMC until I get in. And, they were so ecstatic. I called both of them, and I said, hey, man, I'm in. And Molly was like, yeah. And Mitch was like, what you in?
Right.
What I don't understand.
Right. You in the house? You in the backyard?
Right. You in the house?
Right.
Yeah. You in L.A.? You in the Bay Area? What you in? And I said, yeah, man, I made the hall. And he got ecstatic and everything. And it was just a lot of exuberant on the phone and us talking and everything. It was just great, man. It was just great. And I just saw them in the Bay Area the other day. And we just had too much fun together, like we normally do. We always have fun together.
That's awesome. The other thing too is the Basketball Hall of Fame. I've been up there a couple of times. I was there. In fact, when Joe Dumars went in, that was one time, and I was there another time. And I still believe, as much as I love the Basketball Hall of Fame, that the NBA should have its own Hall of Fame. Are you cool with everybody just being in one Hall of Fame, the Basketball Hall of Fame? Because isn't there college basketball? I know there's a college football Hall of Fame.
I think they have a college. I think they do. I'm not
we got. It's a college basketball Hall of Fame.
Does the NBA need one, Tim, or is this good enough?
I think this is the best because you recognize basketball across the world, and that's what David Stern envisioned. Globally, recognizing basketball across the world. Sarunas Marciulionis. You got Tony Parker. You got all these other guys. That's coming in with me, and I forgot his name just that quick, which is terrible of me. Of San Antonio,
Ginobili.
Manu Ginobili, right?
Manu Ginobili. You got a bunch of great guys that played overseas that we haven't really. A lot of people didn't really see in the late '80s, early '90s. They stayed over there and played. Right. Tony Kukoc. When they came over here, they showed their talents. They showed why they one of the best in the world, and they came to play in the I guess the world's greatest mecca in the NBA, and they showed their talents. They never missed a beat. They went out there and showed why they won the best overseas, and they came into the NBA and showed why they belong in the NBA. So I think it's good for just basketball across the world because it recognizes everybody and what your accomplishments you have done.
Tim, you mentioned the international players. I think this year Jokic is going to win it, the MVP. I voted for Giannis. If one of them doesn't win it, it's going to be Embiid. So, or Luka maybe, but probably Embiid or one of those other two. My point is the last 4 MVPs will have all been international. You can argue that the 4 best players in the world are international. Do you see this as a problem or an indictment on American basketball, or really nothing to even worry or think twice about?
I think it opens up USA basketball. I think it opens up our eyes, opens up our minds that, our young kids, our young guys have to get better. They have to play better. These guys that come over here from overseas, the international players, they pay attention to detail. They listen. They go out there and play with what they have. The Joker, he can't jump, and he's slow. But the guy, he plays almost like a Larry Bird in a sense where he understands the game, he understands his talents, and he knows how to use his talents to perfection out there on the basketball court. And what he does, with Murray out, with the young fella out there,
Porter Jr.
Yeah, Porter Jr. He has done a lot for his team. And I won't say this: if you take Embiid off that team and you take Jokic off that team, it's gonna be tough for them.
Yeah,
it's gonna be very, very tough for those teams. But you put these guys are playing out of their minds. They playing the way they're supposed to play. They playing the way their teams want them to play. They playing the way that they need to play to win games. That's why they in an MVP race. They 1 and 2. I don't know which one. I wish they'd give. If they was on the same team, they'd be like Stockton and Malone. They'd give it, to both of them. But one of them has to win it. But they've been playing fabulous basketball. Embiid, I think he has listened to Doc. He has listened to the media. He has listened to Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal, everybody, and come in with his body ready to go in shape. And he's playing at a level that, we seen that, and we want him to stay at that level, and barring injuries. But he's playing at a level, that's out of this world. And Jokic is Jokic, man. I love watching him play. He seems like he makes the game easier, real easy for his teammates,
right.
And he slows the game down for his teammates, and they just go out there and just play the way they supposed to play. So I love watching those two play, and one of them has to win. I don't know which one is going to win, who voted for who, and whatever. But I think both of them deserve it, and they. I could just say that they are playing out of their minds, which they're supposed to, and I love watching them play.
Hey, Tim. You just mentioned.
Rob. Let me stop this too. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna tell you this, Luka. If Luka was in shape early, but he played in the in the Olympics and everything, and that right. that takes a toll on you. But I tell you this, the numbers he's putting up and how he's putting them up. Oh man, I mean, if he didn't sit out some games and he wasn't hurt and he, wasn't as he is now in the first half of the season, if he was like that, then we'd be like,
he could have won.
No question. No doubt.
But Tim, this year I thought I wrote a column that this was like one of the worst NBA seasons that I could remember in recent memory, and it was because of. Not just all the injuries, Tim. The Lakers were terrible, right? That was a thing. Kyrie didn't make Brooklyn whole. He had a right to not get the vaccination, but it didn't make that team whole. And then we had the drama with Ben Simmons, and we had the drama with Harden, and then there's no Kawhi. I could list all these great players who didn't play this year. Zion didn't play. And all the injury, it just seemed like it was disjointed. It was never whole, and it left me wanting to see more players. Did you see the season that way or not?
Yeah, I saw the season that way, and I think it was because of COVID. Nobody knew what to expect, how to expect it. COVID threw a monkey wrench in a lot of stuff, right. And injuries, the guys didn't know what was going to be expected the whole season. Then you had a lot of guys, come down with COVID. And then the commissioner, I think he done a fabulous job by saying, hey, go sign anybody that you think could play on your team, and let's keep this going, and let's keep the protocols going, and let's try to make it safe as much as we can. But we got to keep it going. We got, by any means necessary, we got to keep it going, which he did. I think the NBA has done a fabulous job in doing that. And, some guys wasn't able to recover. Some teams was able to recover. And, it's exciting now. I'm watching the Nets play right now. Kyrie is 9 for 9 from the field. He's
that
he's
kind of
making
player.
tough shots. He's that kind of player. But see, that's what you want to see. That's what you want to watch.
Right.
That's what the playoffs is about. We missed it for the season, but we know how explosive he was, and we missed him for half the season or
Right.
3/4 of the
All
season.
the games
but
in Brooklyn.
Yeah, all the games in Brooklyn, but he's back now, and it's exciting. So the playoffs is going to be exciting, and when the season starts up next year, hopefully everybody will be healthy and everybody will be ready to play.
Tim, I covered games between you and the Knicks when you were in Miami, and the scores were in the 70s.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Right, and some of your Heat teams, like one I know averaged 85 points a game. When you look at today, and you still were giving them 17 to 20 points on average.
Right.
So
in a game that was under 80,
you're not scoring
right.
much. When you look at today's NBA, and obviously they're playing much faster, and all these guards are putting up numbers. Like, what are your thoughts? Because people feel like the guards today are so much better, and there's some great guards.
Tim's just saying they
But
don't play
guys
defense.
Right. They don't have to feed the bigs like you guys did. They didn't have to go through the defenses you guys go through. Like, just kind of compare from a guard's perspective who played on a slow-down team, what you think when you see today's NBA.
Well, this is what Don Nelson envisioned. When we was with Run TMC and the Golden State Warriors, he envisioned point forward, point center. Everybody is intent and interchangeable. Everybody can stick everybody. He envisioned actually the rules he was a big advocate of the rules playing a zone, taking away the hand checking. And it didn't evolve until like 2002, 2003. And that's when I think everything opened up. You can't touch nobody. You gotta move your feet on defense. You gotta play gimmick defense. And that's what makes the game fun. Who can outthink who? What coach can outthink the other coach? Who has the best players, the best interchangeable players out there on the court? And that's what it's all about. And that's why these guys need to work on ball handling. Guys need to work on foot movement, playing defense, moving laterally, interchangeably, making plays on the offensive end, boxing out a big if you small. And Don Nelson envisioned that, and now it's coming to life the last, I guess, 15, 16 years.
Right.
And that's the way the game is being played. So, I can see it's all about the rules changes. And when the rules change with no, you can like back in the day, we was talking, me and Clyde Drexler was talking, back in the day, if I passed it into the post and I ran through the lane, it was 4 people beating me up. I had to run through the lane like I was a fullback or a running back so they won't hurt my ribs and hit me in my stomach because that was a check. So so the game now you can't do that, which I understand, but that's the way we grew up. We grew up in the 70s and the 80s, and we grew up beating each other up when you was little.
Tim,
and now
they say if it's 2 dudes in the paint, you can't drive. Oh, the plane is clogged up.
It's
like
clogged
when you
up.
drove, there's 6 dudes in there. Your teammates, the opponents.
Well, Kyrie, he doesn't care how many dudes in there. He gonna shoot over you and make shots. Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard. There's a lot of guys that can do that. That can shoot over guys and make plays in the lane. Don't care if you're in there. But that's why you got to work on your game. That's why you got to work on jump shots. That's why you got to work on mid range. That's why I don't. All this analytic stuff. Really, I really don't like because it's threes and layups. What about the mid range jump shot?
Yes.
Kawhi Leonard, he shoots at the mid-range jump shot at a
Booker,
50-60%
Chris
clip.
Paul,
All
them
them.
cats.
Chris Paul, all
KD.
them. So you got that's what win games and playing defense. And so
we got to run, Tim. We got this break coming up.
Yeah.
But look, man, congratulations again.
Congrats.
We're happy for you. Well deserved. And thanks for the time, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have me on again.
Right.
Appreciate it. Y'all be safe. Take care.
We will.